Hey, today's video I am reacting to 3 tarot card readings from Etsy. I did a similar video last year around May. It's one of my most viewed videos on this channel. I got like 350 views, which is a lot for me, other than my shorts, but like my main videos. And since 2 people asked for an update a long time ago, I thought I'd do a part 2. These readings that I got are all video readings. I just like to see what cards I'm actually getting, because last year I got 2 videos, and then one was like a PDF file and the other was a spirit guide reading, but I figured out that it was ChatGPT. I mean, someone told me, thankfully. Thank you for that. So I just don't want to take my chances, and for that to happen, I rather would like to see a video of it. I don't want to feel like someone is using ChatGPT, because I could just do that myself, and I'm not going to pay $10 to $20 for someone to do that for me.
A gift from the gods!
Anyways, a quick recap of my last tarot readings. First one was from Camilla's Tarot. I asked for a general reading / what will my life be like in 6 months, so like from May to October 2025. Relationship aspects. She's described my relationship as having no troubles. There's deep loyalty, which is true. There will be serious conversations in my relationship. It's pretty true. Not that we haven't talked about our future before, because of course we haven't been together for like 50 billion years, but we started talking more about the timeline of like marriage, kids, our careers in like the next 2 years, because our age is getting serious out here. Talked about it especially more since his grandmother passed away. We started talking about like having kids and stuff, and we started getting baby fever because I think Andy's grandma wants to be reborn really quickly. Just kidding. JK. She also talked about my work life. There's going to be some sort of shift on how I see my value, which I did. Not a huge change, but it is different. I still work there, so I don't. Maybe another time I'll talk about it, but it's not really that big of a deal. She also mentioned that you wouldn't be surprised if I got a different role, but that didn't happen. So there's that. She talked about YouTube because I mentioned my YouTube in there. She basically said to keep going, be authentic, because authenticity is my brand. There will be growth. Also said to think about collabing with people. I didn't collab with people, but I did keep going, other than missing like a few weeks. Growth, it's not really big, but I mean, I got as of right now 47 subscribers, but it's growth. It was like an okay reading. Since this was a PDF file, I would have prefer seeing the cards. I'm not accusing her of using ChatGPT or AI, but I just would have liked to see what cards that she drew, because I don't know, just like proof or something, like a picture of it, even if she did it in a PDF file format. That's the update for that reading. Second reading was a spirit guide reading. Someone left a comment, shout out to you, that the creator was AI, was doing AI fucking spirit guide readings, which I should have freaking known. Why would a white old man be my spirit guide? It made me feel dumb and embarrassed, because I felt seen and crap, and I'm like, oh my god, she's getting me. And I freaking was tearing up like a freaking loser. I do feel bad for people who are actual digital artists because of this reason. Nothing really to update other than it was fucking AI. Next reading was Tarot of Nella. I asked her about my YouTube channel, like if I would get 100 subscribers, how life will be for me in 6 months during that time, how many kids I will have, and then how do people feel about me. Do you remember she said it was like a slow moving energy, just to keep going. She said there's potential of growing 100 subscribers, but to be realistic, which is true, I did not make 100 subscribers. And it is slow moving. It's slow, but it is moving at least. I was a little too confident because I was like, oh, I can get 1K. I'll watch different small creators and I get some inspiration from them, or just something will pop up on my feed. They made videos around the same time as I did, and they had anywhere from like 600 to 1K, even more than that. Because I'm not hot like them. Just kidding. I am very hot and sexy. She also mentioned like healing and personal growth. Like I did a lot of healing in 2025. Like the first 6 months of that year was very rough for me, but I've gotten better. Also said there was going to be exciting news coming in that 6 months. I did not have any exciting news, but then she mentioned that I'll probably have 2 kids. So we'll see, because obviously that was something I wanted to know within like that 2 years or whatever. I have to have a specific timeline, but she did say 2, maybe 3, but mainly 2. But yeah, that was that update. And the last reading is from White Rabbit Vibes. I love her energy, by the way. Asked the same questions as Tarot of Nella. The only thing I asked that was different is if there's anything that I needed to know from my spirit guides. And then she talked about like abundance and gain can be seen as financial opportunities. I took it as like, oh, I'm gonna get money. I didn't. I was just using it as an example for like something abundant was gonna happen in my life. She said that in the next 2 years she could see like 3,000 followers, but it could be bigger. So I have some ways to go. She said that I'm dreaming too small, which probably is the case. I think I just try to protect myself from disappointment. Either way, I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm not saying I don't try, but YouTube hasn't been my top priority. I still do it out of hobby and fun. It's just one of those, I have a video idea and I just film it. I have a lot going on. So no, I didn't achieve that 100 subscribers. I even said I was going to have 1,000 in that video, but that's embarrassing because I didn't and you guys didn't subscribe to me, which is fine. I don't blame you. Just do it right now. I'm just kidding. She said to utilize my data analytics. I didn't do that. I did not follow that advice. I still look at my watch time just because I'm curious and stuff like that. But I feel like my views are pretty much the same. It averages from like anywhere from like 10 to 100 views. I just make videos I want to make and enjoy. This year I did plan ahead of time, thankfully. Hopefully I won't be too lazy because at least I have videos in mind planned in the future. She also mentioned like to put myself out there and I have not. So maybe I'll do that. I should comment more and be supportive of my community. Anyway, that's the update of my tarot readings from last year. I know it's not that exciting for an update, but it's an update. I have 3 new tarot card readings from Etsy. The first person that got back to me, his name is Agony Ant. This was a filmed tarot reading with Ant video. Psychic reading, love, finance, spiritual, general questions. Typically 24 hours turnaround. And he pretty much did within 24 hours. Asked your name, your date of birth, one specific question you want to have me answered. We'll watch it right now.
Hi, I'm Ant. Before I start your reading, I just want to thank you for placing your reading with me. Hi Sheryllyne, thank you for placing a reading with me on my Etsy store. Before I start this reading and before I start any reading, I always do a quick disclaimer, which is please don't act or make any decisions based on this reading. This is just for light entertainment reasons only. So Sheryllyne, what I do off camera is I shuffle my deck here, I connect with your energy, and I ask the deck your question, which is how will your 2026 year be, and will this year be your year? So I place the cards in front of me, and then I will take a few moments just to soak up the messages that are coming through, and then I can hop on camera like I am here, and I can explain what each card means. So let's get into it. So the first card is 5 of Cups. Now Cups is our emotions, and as you can see in this imagery, there's someone that is not having a great time. Things feel a little bit hopeless, and it's like they've had upset, disappointment, is that kind of thing. And it feels a bit pessimistic, it feels a bit sad.
How does he know
me? The
me?
reason why it feels pessimistic and sad is because all they can see in front of them are these spilled cups, which looks like, you know, there's no positivity in this situation. But what they don't realise around the corner is this optimism, these cups that are upright and that haven't spilt over. So this is really saying to you about 2026, you know, you haven't had the best time and you are coming out of that, because what you don't realise is what's around the corner.
It's like he knew. It was like he knew me from 2025. How he know? Okay.
He was optimistic and, you know, enjoyment and fulfillment. So let's get into the next phase. Here we have the Queen of Cups. This is talking about, so Queen of Cups is, cups are emotions, and the Queen of Cups is about your aura and the warmth that you give off. Is like the reason why you go through life as like a survivor rather than a victim is because of your warm personality. You know, you're a very person, and it feels like that things go in your favour because you know, with your personality, it's like you've got this really special personality. So when I look at this imagery, you know, I see someone that's, you know, the hair's blowing in the wind, and you know, it's like a really positive aura that you have.
I freaking knew it.
The reason why this year is possibly going to be your year is because of the personality that you have.
Thank you.
Things go in your favour. because people like having you around, and it's like people root for you because they really value who you are. And it feels like that you're one of these people that's a real people person. People like you because you're really honest and you're really real.
I am.
And that's really like, it really draws people to you. So that's the Queen of Cups.
Thanks. I do feel like I don't want to play victim on things, even though I've been saying like throughout this whole year, or last year, that I've had a terrible year. I always try to cope. Oh my god, my sunny angel fell. Anyways, I try to cope by, I always just say like, things are the way they are, and the sooner I accept things, the sooner I'll become better. I don't like to be a victim of things, because it's either you stay a victim or you just move on. Not accepting things, but like, just learn to live with it type of thing, if that makes sense.
Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which shows that
Fortune?
end of a cycle.
Fine.
So, end of a cycle, what I mean by that, if there's been things that have just been going wrong after going wrong, that kind of thing, or you're stuck in a loop of doing the same thing, this is like saying, no, this is the end, the cycle ends, and luck is in your favour.
Money.
It's like, you know, great timing, cosmic timing, things falling into place and being in your favour. And the kind of thing that happens with the Wheel of Fortune is like rich become poor, or, you know, what goes down must come back up, and it's like that kind of thing. It's a very positive card, but it's about your life changing for the better. And just remembering, you know, we all have our peaks and our troughs, and it really does feel like you're stepping into a new you're definitely stepping into a new vibe this year in 2026. When you look back at the end of the year, you are going to be thankful and grateful, and you'll feel like it was a much better year than 2025.
Period. That's what I like to hear.
Pentacles. So pentacles can represent things that we value, but in this case, this is talking about money. This is you getting money. It feels like money might be a concern of yours, and that this is really telling you that money's going to come out of the blue. This can be through, you know, a job
Period.
there is a better pay, or money coming through from something that's just owed to you.
I hope I get monetized this year. I'll make you a deal. You guys subscribe to me. How's that sound?
But this is, you know, totally out of the blue, and it's a lovely surprise as well. So this really does feel like that in 2026, your money situation is going to be a lot better, and things are going to fall into place for you. So yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Ace typically means beginnings, and Pentacles represents something that we value. In this case, this is talking about the value of money.
Period.
Then we have Nine of Pentacles, which this is really giving me the most information out of all the cards. This is really talking about your year, and like I said, Pentacles represents things that are in, you know, that we respect, and this shows, you know, that this year you're seeing the beauty in things that don't cost money. So when I look at this imagery, it's like she's admiring, you know, the grapes, and she's picking the grapes, she's eating the grapes, she
looks like me,
and tasting the grapes. So this really talks about, you know, rather than things costing money, is about seeing the beauty in the free things. So it's like the best things in life are free, is that kind of mentality. So this feels like, you know, connecting with nature, spending time with friends and family, the more simple things in life impressing you rather than distractions. It really feels like this year's a good year for your health as well. So it really feels like you're focusing on your health and well-being.
He's saying I need to lose weight.
Another thing that came out
I do.
this card in front, was that if you haven't already, there's like a short trip away that you're going to look forward to as well.
How do you know? Did he look at my freaking notes on my phone? My itineraries? I am going on a couple trips. I'm not telling you when, because you guys are going to stalk me and want me. Stalk me and kidnap me, and I can't have that. Okay?
And that'll be like a nice change of scenery, and it'll be like a nice, there'll be nice memories. But most importantly, this year is all about looking after number one, making sure that you care for yourself, or take time to care for yourself. And when I say that, I mean, you know, practicing like self-care, making sure you have like nice bubble baths if you've got a bath in the house, or, you know, making sure that you pamper yourself with.
Is he calling me stank? I'm just kidding, Aunt. I don't stink, okay?
To your nails, and, you know, just really looking after yourself in a very simple way, but it'll be really effective as well. And what the base of this card means is that this year you're putting in the groundwork, and that groundwork will bring you future happiness and wealth. It really feels like that. Yes, 2026 is going to be a positive year for you, and yes, it is going to feel like it's your year, but it's actually just the start. It's like the year that you plant seeds and watch it grow, you know, the following year, for example. And when I think like that, you know, that's possibly taking on a new course or some sort, you know, and really putting in the seeds for the future. But yeah, when I look at this card, it really is about focusing on the simple things rather than the flashy or materialistic things. It's about appreciating what you have, and things that don't cost money are sometimes the best things in life.
Period.
Then we have Judgment. So Judgment is a rebirth card, because when you look at this imagery, there's someone here lying on the floor. It's almost like that's the old them that's died off. And then there's these new souls, you know, going up to the clouds, and there's a more peaceful and tranquil version of you. It feels like this year is going to be really good for your mental health, and just making sure that rather than
I hope
saying,
so.
I'm striving to be happy, I'm striving to be calm, is a better approach. It's like making sure that you're not in your head about stuff and being really anxious. So yeah, the Judgment card. This also talks about patience as well. So it's like, you know, good things come to those who wait. And it's about being patient and working on yourself to make yourself the better version of you. And it really does feel like you're going through that transition this year, where you're becoming a new person for the better, and you're working on the things that you don't really like and making them better for the future. So, to ask the question again, how will your 2026 year, what it'll be like? Feels like you've got some nice things planned, or that you will have nice things planned rather. It feels like you're really focusing on the more simple things and really valuing the people around you that you've got in your life. It's about connecting with nature and putting the groundwork in. Feels like that the cycles are ending and it looks in your favour. Things will go in your favour. And this shows that money's going to be bright this year for you.
Be
And then the
rich.
Queen of Cups, this shows your lovely aura and the thing that people are drawn to, which is your warm personality. And then this card really talking about optimism, and just being positive, because there are brighter days ahead. It's just that you can't see them just yet. But just know that luck is in your favour. So, my love, I'm going to leave that with you, Sheryllyne, and wish you all the best. This has been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, take care. Bye bye.
That was nice. Thank you, Aunt. That was a lovely reading. Recap basically says 2026 is going to be my year. I'm going to have money, and people are drawn to my personality, my beauty, my wit. I'm so hilarious, and just everything in between. I'm just kidding. But I'm not really, but like, I'm trying to say it in the most humble way. You guys agree? You guys like me? Please. Next person is Witch M. Is a 20-minute video, a life forecast video. If you like to focus on a specific situation, please explain what you like a tarot spread on. Feel free to add extra information you see fit. I put my name, my sign, said I want to focus on how my 2026 year will be like. I'm also wanting to do YouTube videos. I started making content about 8 to 9 months ago. I don't have much subscribers, but I do enjoy making and editing videos. This is something I should do long term. She got back to me pretty quickly too. It didn't say like a specific timeline when she'll do it. We did it within, I think, like a day and a half. I don't remember exactly.
Hello, Sheryllyne. Thank you
Hey,
so
girl.
much for reaching out for a reading. I am Witch M, of course. And yeah, we are going to pop right into it. So we are doing a life forecast reading, which I do the Celtic Cross spread for this. I'm just going to give my cards a good shuffle here. That I think really gives a great idea of the past, the present, the future, and everything you should know in between. So we're looking into 2026. You're thinking about doing YouTube videos, which is awesome. You started making content about 8 or 9 months ago. You don't have any subscribers, but you enjoy making and editing videos. Is this something you should do long term? So I kind of am intrigued, trying to decide how I want to do this, because there's kind of two questions here. And since we're doing the spread, I think that we are going to do 2026 as a spread for you. And this will probably be, the
Period.
first few months here. This is oncoming few months, and then we will ask specifically about the YouTube at the end here. So let's do that. Just what you need to know in general about 2026, what's happening and what's coming for you. So the first card that we're pulling is the situation card, and then what crosses you, and then recent past, okay. Near future, and then what is on the back of your mind, and what is on your mind, of your mind.
She's gonna read me.
And then the card that represents you, the card that represents your environment. Oh, they keep almost looking out, but then don't. Okay, there we go. Hopes and fears. Okay. And then finally, the overall projected outcome that we're working with here.
I will say I do like how she's showing like the shuffle of the cards. I think the only other one that did it was Tarot of Nilla. This is something I do like because it kind of shows that they are being 100%. Not that other ones aren't. It's just a little detail that I do like.
Okay, exciting. Okay, and then yeah, we'll come to the YouTube at the end here. So we're kind of looking. I'm wondering. So this is like current situation. I'm curious how you're doing right now. If you're experiencing any sorts of grief or heartbreak, because what's happening is like the current situation. We have the Three of Swords here, which is kind of the classic going through some anguish card. Now, the thing that I think is interesting specifically about the Three of Swords is that it is swords, right? So it's a little bit more mental. It's a little bit less emotional. Not to say that it's not emotional. It can be like heartbreak, but there's something about
It's
it
not
where it's like
heartbreak.
it's very much so you're thinking a lot about the suffering that you're going through. So I'm just wondering if maybe there's some things going on, a breakup, or if you're just feeling a little bit like lacking guidance or lacking certainty in your next moves. Because we also have two. What's crossing you is the Four of Swords, which again I think is kind of going with. I feel like there's a little bit of anguish over the fact that you, especially with what we are talking about here and like thinking about your path, there feels like there's some anguish with not knowing what to do next, not knowing what the right path is for you, just not feeling certain about life in general and what that looks like, right? I think that's where we're
Very
at right
true.
now. Now, the recent past, where we have the Hangman in the Chariot, where it almost feels like you have been trying to move quickly without having an answer. You've been still uncertain, still learning and trying to discover yourself, but trying also to make things move fast and having this expectation of reaching a certain destination in like this much time, right? So simultaneously being uncertain and being in this state of needing to learn what the direction is while also trying to push forward in a direction that you don't even know where you're going. So I feel like there's this feeling of like running in circles and like seriously running, like exhausting yourself without a clear direction. And two, if I'm looking at the current situation, we're feeling some grief with that. We're feeling some loss of momentum. We're feeling lack of clarity. I also think too, the back of our mind, we're having the Six of Pentacles, which is interesting. We can analyze for a little bit. Front of mind, Page of Pentacles, right? So both of these things are very money oriented. So it's kind of seeming like it makes sense again. Like I
Money.
feel like the concern that we are working with is like, what am I doing? How am I making the money? How am I making a living? What am I doing that's fulfilling me and making it so that I am comfortable in life, right? And I think the back of the mind is like this. I almost wonder if this is maybe a fear of yours, or if this is kind of like something that you feel like you might have to do at some point, or you feel that you currently are doing and have like some sort of hang up with of asking for help. Both.
How do you know me? I do have trouble asking for help. I freaking hate it. I'm just an independent person that think I can solve my own problems. Sometimes I just hate asking for help because what if they can't? You get what I'm saying? I mean, I have many people in my life that are great people. I just don't like to burden them.
Sherylly, but also guidance wise. So I think that there is a part of you that knows that you kind of need to reach out to people. You need support, but there's something in you that's holding you back from doing that, from like kind of crossing over into the threshold and saying, yeah, it's time. I need to, ask for help. I need support. I need, I need people to I need my village, right? That's kind of in the back of the mind, though. That's not something that's actively happening. What's really actively happening with the Page of Pentacles here is it's like it's you're surveying the space around you, you're surveying your skills, you're looking at the world and the offers and what is possible and thinking about ways that you can actually make a living and be comfortable. So this is just really heavy on your mind, but in the same breath there feels like there's like this burnout that you might be in right now. Good news, however, is that in the near future we have the Knight of Wands, which this is fast, passionate movement. So I do think it seems like there's going to be like a light bulb moment for you where it's really going to come to and it's really going to make sense what you're supposed to be doing and how that's supposed to look. Like there's going to be some more clarity that comes through for you somewhere between now and this near future, that you are able to move forward again with that zest for life and knowledge and passion, just really kind of get in there and move towards something that you really care about. So that is coming back. If you're feeling a little bit low right now, it looks like you're going to be able to get out of that rut pretty quickly, because that's the near future. Now,
That's amazing.
card that's representing you, and I think this is interesting because I think this is simultaneously such a blessing, but also why you are maybe having a hard time figuring out what is there for you. The card that's representing you is the World. Oh my goodness. I mean, it just feels like with this card, there
I
are
am the
so
world.
many options. You could do so much. You could succeed in so much. You have so many skills. You really could see yourself taking on so many different things. But in the same breath, it's like when you actually try to move forward with those things, it doesn't fully stick either. So it's just this weird thing where it's you kind of are spread wide with your desire and passion, but when it comes to delving into one track, it can become a little suffocating or overwhelming or unsure, right? And I think too, the World, it's you just have a lot of potential here. This I feel like this is a very good card to be receiving if you are thinking about doing something that's in the public eye, right? I mean, thinking about doing YouTube,
Thanks.
you coming out as the World card, it seems like you need to be doing something just who you are, that touches many people, that benefits a lot of people.
Touches. Just kidding.
It feels like you are clocking into something there. You want to reach more. That help. There's something
I do.
there. With the environment, we have the High Priestess. And I love that because I feel like what this is saying is you are clocked in. You do know. As much as you feel like you don't know, I think that you're trying to simultaneously balance practicality, because there's just such a money frontier. You're trying to balance that,
Actually,
which
no.
is understandable, with this kind of wild desire, this wild dream, but you feel it. You feel it. You kind of do know that is what you want to do.
That's my Virgo moon. I want to do this YouTube thing. It fuels my creativity and crap like that. But the practical thing is I'm not making money off of it. I'm putting in more time with it. But I do enjoy it. It's my little hobby. Which is why I was I really want to make money out of this. I want to enjoy what I'm doing while making money, if that makes sense.
But you're just struggling to make that work in your head. And that's where, maybe the Six of Pentacles on the back of your mind, bringing that forward a little bit of okay, so what are some ways that I could get support from family, community, friends? What are some ways I can restructure my life so that things are a little bit cheaper and I could pursue this a little bit, or whatever it might be, that just really allows you to kind of go on this thing that you intuitively know is a good fit for you, right? Two, with our hopes and fears, we have the Six of Swords, which I think is an interesting thing. So Six of Swords here, I feel like that being hopes and fears, there's almost, if you think about 2026 and you think about your dreams and you think about what you want to happen this year, I think that you simultaneously know that this could be a really big year for you, and you are excited to go into this new life path and never look back. And then there's a part of you that kind of clings to what you know and what feels safe. And so there's these two things. There's this hope and fear of moving on to some new pastures and just trying something completely new and out of left field for you. And then also feeling fear of rejection, fear of going somewhere new and letting something go and not knowing if you're going to like this new thing. You're kind of taking a risk. You're taking kind of a leap of faith, but there's so much anticipation and joy there, right? The projected outcome is so interesting with this reading too, because this is not a particularly romantic reading. So I think that this is intriguing. I think this could be a multifaceted projected outcome here, because what comes up right off the bat is the Two of Cups, which is, really traditionally is pretty romantic. This is arguably more completely romantic than the Lovers even, right? This is a pretty romantic card. And then what also came out with it was the King of Swords. So I'm intrigued. I'm wondering, I think that this is a dual meaning. I think this has the meaning of the projected outcome is you finding the right path for you, the right path that puts you in a position where you are communicating. It's very communication focused with the King of Swords here. I think the right path for you is going to put you at the top of something, the face of something, the power. where your communication, your word, your thoughts are the product, right? And that's where you would see that with YouTube. Or I mean, if you're creating things just in general, or if you're inventing things, or whatever this might be, they're just something about your mind being the focal point of the divine path for you and the divine thing you're supposed to be doing. And then looking at this also from the other, I think honestly more, you know, kind of like strict interpretation of the meaning of these cards, it does seem like there's a love coming in for you that is bringing opportunity, that is aligning you with some connections. So it seems truly like this is a love that is like not just like, oh, you know, I'm meeting this person and I like them. Like it seems like Two of Cups is that's like love, right? This is like you may be finding like a person this year if you haven't already, but something is happening with love this year for sure. I would say there's like a big emphasis on love, and this person is very clear-minded and has like a vision that just really naturally comes in for them, and I think them having that vision is really going to help you kind of share in that vision and see the potential within yourself that maybe sometimes it's hard to see just because it's like, oh, you know, am I just wanting to see this, or am I being too dreamy, or whatever. Like I think that this person believing in you and what you want to do is going to very much so kind of like catapult you into the direction that you are supposed to be in, right? But again, connections this person. So I feel like there's definitely something there with them kind of getting you in the doors you need to be in. But yeah, four of wands is kind of interesting. So I don't know. I'm curious if you are in a relationship, because it seems like there's definitely something going on there. Could be some sort of proposal this year. I don't know. It just seems like there's a movement with love.
I bet there is.
It kind of maybe distracts you from this more existential career concern. It seems like that might kind of take hold of the year a little bit too. But I do still think there's direction with and movement with your passion and your path in life. That is not just something that's completely put on the back burner either. So I want to ask specifically about this YouTube career for you. What is it seeming like this is a good fit? Feminine Cups is interesting. Okay. What clarity can we bring to the Seven of Cups in this reading? Interesting. I don't know. This is so interesting. We have the Seven of Cups, which is like honestly not one of the more helpful cards, to be honest. But sometimes we need this because this energy is saying, okay, what do we really want? This card, it's like we're looking at all the options, we're looking at all the things that we can do, all of these dreams that we have. We are looking at all of that, and we are trying to pick our desire. And yet sometimes when we're looking at all these options and we feel like there's so many options, we're not actually assessing each option to the fullest degree. And we're not fully understanding and seeing what we're looking at. And so you might make a choice when you haven't really fully assessed the option. So what I think that's speaking to more than anything is it what you really want though? Would you be fully satisfied? Now, the thing with something like YouTube is that you can just do it for fun, right? Like if it blows up, and that's amazing, right? So you might as well, if you are enjoying it and doing it for fun anyway, put a little extra time into it. See what happens. But I do kind of wonder if it's truly the desire. Is it truly what you want? And again, you know that. The answer could be yes. But I just feel like there's something that's kind of like, I feel like there's other options. I feel like there's other things. Are we thinking big enough? Are we looking at the other options that we have and really giving them a fair shake? Are we looking at YouTube and seeing what it's actually going to be like, and would we actually like it, right? So just some questions to ask yourself, and truly you would know the answer, right? But when I asked for some clarity on it, I got the Five of Cups and Temperance, where I think too that maybe I'm wondering if maybe you're feeling some with the Three of Swords coming out. I just wonder if you are going through a little bit of a hard time right now, a depression, like I don't know, is something wrong right now that maybe is making it so that you're trying to make decisions, or are you going through a time where it's like you really feel like you're like penny pinching or just really uncomfortable for whatever reason. It just feels like there's some discomfort or just a sense of not being fully okay right now. And I think that this is kind of encouraging, like, yes, there might be grief, there might be something that you're trying to get away from right now, but you still want to kind of keep this balanced perspective with the Temperance card, saying like, okay, but still, Temperance and the Seven of Cups, this is assessing all of our options fully. This is really thinking about what we want. There's a balance to be had here, right? So I almost wonder if we're not kind of jumping into that as like our sinking ship, save our lifeboat, and if it's really the long-term boat that we want to be on, or is this something that's kind of navigating us to a better place so that we can do more? So I almost wonder if you shouldn't be thinking bigger, or if there's other options that actually bring you more joy. What's interesting too, again, I just like relationship things keep coming out here, because we have Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords here, which kind of feels like, I wonder if you have a mindset of like either or, like I either can have a family or I can have a job, right? And I think that, that's keeping you in a box a little bit if that is how you feel. But I also wonder too if it's like, I don't know. I just wonder what is going on in your life, like relationship wise, if you have a partner, because it kind of feels like you might be gripping on to some sort of vision of how things are supposed to be, when in reality you might
I
have
do.
something really good in front of you. So I think with the Seven of Cups and Temperance and the Five of Swords and Ten of Cups, all this coming out is really saying to me, at least, that there's something in your life that maybe we're not looking at, and that maybe there's some unseen blessings around you that you need to look at. Is there any more guidance as far as that goes? Yeah, Two
Interesting.
of Pentacles. It's interesting. Two of Pentacles. I think, I think that I think you have a fuller life than maybe you give it credit for, too. Like, there seems like there's more going for you than maybe you tend to think. And trying to add more isn't going to fix perception, right? So if your perception of your life and your purpose and what you're doing is negative, like, it doesn't matter how many things you add, it's you need to fix the perception too, right? Because you can add and add and add, but if you don't perceive things as a positive in your life or as successful, then nothing will ever seem successful to you, right? Eight of Pentacles. I think choosing what matters most to you and really, really committing to it is key here, right? Just really sending it in a path that you actually care about. So maybe that's YouTube, maybe that's something else, but it's just really saying, like, I think you're trying to
It's either this or cybersecurity. I have two options. I'm just pursuing YouTube for funsies at the end of the day. Maybe I do need to dream bigger. Not this is discouraging me or anything, because it's not. It's just nice to have some clarity.
spread yourself thin so that you feel proud of what you're doing, and like that you are really hitting the marks in life that you have, put on as expectation for yourself. But in reality, instead of spreading thin, you would find, what the cards are saying to me at least, find more success running deep and working hard on something and really trying for something that you care about, rather than dipping your toe in a million things that you kind of care about. I think you would find more success there, and you are going to know whether that is YouTube or not, or whether that is something else that this is kind of communicating. We have 1 minute left here, so let me just see. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands, if that means anything to you. Let's see if there's any other message to kind of send us off with. Wow, King of Cups too. Interesting. It just feels like, and I'm so rarely the one to say this, I promise, but it seems like love is truly such a focus. Yeah, Six of Wands here. So we have the King of Cups, Four
Period.
of Pentacles, and Three of Wands popping out here. It just seems like you have a love in your life that is worth holding on to. It really
I
does.
know.
It seems like it's going to take you far. So I really think that there's something about love and taking whatever you have going on.
Are you trying to get me pregnant?
I think that's something big. I think that your love is going to take you to that next level. With these two on the bottom of the deck, Six of Wands, Knight of Wands. Something about following a lover. I don't know. It just seems like your path is very intertwined with love and partnership. It just seems like that is something that kind of catapults you into something bigger. So consider that. I'd be very curious what your current status is. And either way, it looks like the projected outcome is like something with love. If there's not a current partner, there's certainly something incoming. So I definitely think take that seriously if that comes in for you. And yeah, I'm very curious what is going to happen for you. But I do think, as far as the YouTube, it's not a no, because I know I'm not giving you like this like clear yes, yes, yes. But it's just really saying that, like, assess your options, assess your feelings, make sure that you're making decisions in a clear head and not from a place of like sadness and heaviness and just needing something to kind of create some joy. And just try to like really choose what you care about the most and hone in on it and really work hard on it, and don't just like flit from thing to thing. Really put time into something, and then you'll start to see success, because that might be why it's like kind of hard to know or settle it and see if something's right, because it's just you dabble in things rather than dive in, and it's the dabbling's not getting you anywhere with any of them, and so it doesn't feel like you're getting an answer from any of these things that you've tried, but you kind of have to put a little bit more work in to see if it's going to work for you. But there, like I said, there's this emphasis on like love and family and marriage, which is like so crazy, because I so rarely get that. And I so rarely am the kind of person to do a reading like that or think like that. But it just seems like that is important for you. It just does.
It is.
So yeah, would love to hear from you and hear if this resonates. And yeah, thank you so much for purchasing a reading. I really appreciate you. I hope that I get to do a reading for you again in the future. I hope you have a lovely 2026, no matter what happens. And yeah, I appreciate you so much. You have a wonderful day, Sherilyn, and I will talk to you in the future.
Thanks. I think I will in the future. Maybe purchase another one, but that was nice. Recap, she thinks I'm gonna get proposed. I also think that. Mainly because me and Andy has talked about marriage. Seriously. But yeah. I do dibble dabble in hobbies. I know stick through with them, but this is the longest hobby I've ever done. It's almost been a year for YouTube. Thank you, Witch M. I like her energy. She's very nice. The last video is from Insightful Guidance. It says, same day psychic tarot reading pre-recorded video. I purchased a 10-minute, 72 hours turnaround, and I got it within that. She also mentioned that she may not get within the 72 hours just because she has a newborn baby. Either way, I didn't have like a time crunch or anything, 'cause like I said, I purchased all these readings last week. I just got to it right now. She did ask for you to send a selfie to your email, so that's what I did. I just gave her my name, my pronouns, and my birth date.
Hello, Sheryllyne. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for the beautiful picture.
She's gonna be beautiful. Thank you.
We are going to check in and see what is in store for your reading today. I'm going to kind of look at what the main energy is and what Spirit wants to bring up for you today. Okay, so you're ready to put some thoughts and some actions, like full speed ahead. But I feel like there's still like a juggling of two options here. What does this have to do with, Spirit? For Sheryllyne, what does this have to do with? Okay. I almost want to say there is like a guy involved. And trying to juggle and balance some uncertainty here. Then on top of it, I also feel like there's something to do with life purpose. Like trying to make a plan. So I feel like there's two different topics. You're wanting to start something new, I feel like career-wise, or at least like there's this like apprenticeship or like learning something new and needing to kind of put the thought and focus into it now. That's what's really going to help you move forward, because the more that we kind of just stay in this indecision and, you know, like it feels like there's something pulling you into a direction to make a decision and to change your course of action, and they're telling you now is the time to know that you have strength in your choices and to really follow your intuition, and that this isn't something that's going to happen overnight, and to kind of stay with what you're doing, because you are really good at multitasking.
I am.
But I also feel like now is the time to be practical and to take those practical steps towards building a new goal and future that you want to build with money, like taking it seriously. Don't hold yourself back here. Now is the good time to start change. But then I also can't help but feel like there is something romantically where it's like questioning, I want to say a connection that is slowly forming, dealing with envious energy, but there's more information that's needed on that.
Who's jealous of me?
So I feel like they're saying, definitely be confident, like bring up, and no fluffing about or anything. But to me, it also feels like there's nothing to be envious on, that this may come from family issues. But it feels like there's going to be balance in a relationship where envy was taking place. So there's going to be forgiveness. Like there's more information needed, and not to let the ego cloud it, because there is an imbalance right now that's going to end up working out by the spring this year. And it feels like family issues are also going to be solved.
Okay, period.
So it could have been there was a falling out with this person, and that's why there's a desire of reconnection.
I haven't felt it with any
That
family
envy
members.
and jealousy may have brought this imbalance. It might not even have been you. It could have been them. And that's why it's like there's more peace to be restored with more information that's going to end up coming in. So be confident in that. Because it's going to be a question like, should I not? But I see like time for forgiveness, and that there's going to end up being a better perspective as long as you set boundaries. It kind of seems like this was happening during the winter with the throwing shade. So this shady situation where envy was brought on is going to end up clearing, involving somebody else. And it feels like a masculine energy. I feel like there's a masculine energy around.
All men hate me.
So a desire for reconnection is coming through.
Just kidding.
It's going to be a serious conversation, a chance for forgiveness. And then for you, I also feel like you're kind of grappling ideas with life's passions and what to do next. So I feel like they're saying that there's something new that you can learn if you give yourself the chance.
And everything money with me.
And it's funny because I did see something to do with making this chance because money did matter, and that it was time now to kind of start thinking about what it was that you did want and going after it. So you do need work that lets you express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or a career in communication.
I never mentioned YouTuber to her, by the way.
Money matters a lot now, so watch your expenses, but save up for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. And they're just saying, like, again, this is something that takes practical steps. It's not something that you can do all at once. This is like saving, or at least thinking about the distant future. If you're looking to like buy or finance a car or a house, now is the time to really think about that by making even like a 5-year plan from now. But it's like, first there has to be this, and following like what you love to do, so that way you're not staying in a place where you're constantly wondering if you should stay or if you should go. But I really feel like you're on the verge of finding the perfect work for you, so don't give up. But you may need to grow your own business to truly be happy. I almost wonder too, with the envy and the throwing shade and the jealousy that was coming through and being able to forgive was coming from maybe like drama within the work field or even amongst colleagues, and that's why there was also a need to be confident for now and to search for the great match that you feel. It's like you have the choice, you have the power of the choice to really take it to where you want to go. But beware of troublemakers in the workplace. The job that you want may have too much upheaval to bear, so keep emotions and gossip at check. Definitely feel like there was some kind of drama around right now. So it could be that there is more of like a desire of reconnection to yourself and to get out of this space because it's really needed and necessary for your well-being. And I do actually, because with the Page of Pentacles, like an apprenticeship or learning something new, education is what really came to mind. You may need to take a class or do research to find the better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others.
I'm going to school for
You're gonna
cybersecurity.
have the wisdom
So
true when it comes to this, though. So they're just saying like now is really the time, like during this winter and spring season, like now is the time to really start thinking about how you want to plant those seeds and how you want to nurture them and watch them grow. But it is going to take work.
wow, so everybody's talking about planting seeds.
A challenge to your power that will compel you to respond, but choose peaceful solutions if you can. So at this time, it's really best to choose peace, but peace for yourself. It's not like biting your tongue for them. You're doing it for you so that you can have the stamina in order to move on and to move forward away from this dramatic situation that's kind of causing those issues. Because you have goals that are going to be fueled by money, and at the end of the day, money isn't really the goal. It's the tool that helps you achieve those goals.
Money. I'm just kidding.
What's going to help you manifest? I do feel like there's jealousy too. Like people are just kind of jealous and they want what they can't have. And they
Obviously.
Successful that you have success. This is what they want.
Freaking knew it. Everyone's jealous of me. I'm just kidding.
So you have Gemini, clear your mind.
I fucking hate Geminis.
As well as the
Just kidding.
Taurus for
Don't be offended if you're on one.
Control.
I hate Gemini men.
The last
Okay.
quarter moons are all about kind of like closure
Just kidding.
and being able to take the next step now and which doors are going to end up opening up for you. But the last quarter moon in Gemini, fretting is a sweet sounding word for just kind of feeling anxious, but it does suggest that you or someone close to you is fretting. And you already do know this isn't going to help move any closer to the goals. It does mean that you're going to end up directing those thoughts and energies into like what you don't want rather than what you do want. So deliberately manifesting a goal comes from a happy place where you feel good. So focus on making a list of your concerns and then talk them through so that you can actually clear your mind. And this is going to bring those results that you're looking for as well. Because while racing thoughts can be problematic, it's getting stuck in repetitive thought patterns that isn't good either. So there has to be like a balance. It's like the racing thoughts are happening because there's a need to kind of straighten them out or sort them out. And getting into those negative ruts are going to end up messing with your manifesting ability. The first quarter moons, they represent where you're being challenged and how you can actually use that obstacle to propel you forward to where you want to go. So what in your life are you maybe trying just a bit too hard to do? And what do you feel like you're absolutely stuck on to the point where maybe feels like it's hard to even entertain other ideas. So there has to be a release there. For whatever you want, you can release to the universe and just trust the universe is going to come back to you with whatever is for your highest good. But if you are feeling kind of like stuck on something or someone, it's just best to let it be. Like, we can't control it. We want predictability. That's what it is. Like, we don't want the unknown.
I do.
Sometimes we just want to be able to like know what's going to happen. But with that, we sometimes stay in situations or places that aren't good for us because it's predictable. Like, subconsciously we stay there because at least we know what we're kind of like getting into. So there needs to be a release on the situation in hopes that it's going to maybe like turn around, when it's best to just follow and change it up, because there is something that's calling to you that's going to end up being better than what's happening right now.
Okay.
With financial situations, self-worth is definitely going to be key. Avoid the get-rich-quick schemes. There's just an energy that wants to be free here.
Interesting.
And like realizing that even though you can manifest your life to a great extent, you can't control everything, and karma does come into play.
I think I have good karma.
Of yourself, and you need to be confident that you can do it if you change it up. And it could be about like a person too, that it's like allowing them to just be the one to really make an effort, and if they don't, it's better to let that go and have that truth than to kind of keep wondering or hoping and waiting. So I definitely feel like there's some change, but it doesn't need to happen like right this instant. It just needs to be kind of addressed and then broken down into a strategic timeline that's going to end up working best for you. I do have to stop there though, but if you do need anything or if you want to share your thoughts, I'd love to hear. Thank you so much, and blessed be.
Thank you. Insightful guidance. I do appreciate the spread, showing the spread and stuff like that. I don't know exactly how to interpret some of it, but this in some cases, some parts of it, I do resonate. I think I resonated with every single one of these. I don't have any much other commentary with that, but overall, the main thing I want to know is about money, and it seems like they all said something about money. That's on my mind. I love money. Overall, at least, I do believe I'm going to have a good 2026. I don't know if I'm going to make an update videos of this, just because, like, I don't know, too much tarot readings. I feel, like I said in my last video, it's like an energy exchange. There's some things I shouldn't know. Most of them weren't really predictions, but some things you just gotta let it happen. You should just let life do what it does. I don't think I'm gonna do an update video. If I do, scratch this, and if I do, you'll probably see it in my YouTube videos where I'll talk about it. I am in between, I guess, what I want to do in the future, whether I do YouTube or cybersecurity or even both. I don't know, because like right now YouTube is not taking off, but I am just enjoying making videos and coming up with video ideas. And if I stop, it's because I'm burnt out or I don't have any video ideas. But I will pretty much set for this year at least in terms of YouTube videos. Now, if I'm lazy to do it, I probably won't execute it, but you know, we'll see. I think I'm pretty good with YouTube video ideas. I'm going to link all the tarot readers in the description. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was entertaining enough. Please like and subscribe. It boosts my self-esteem, and I'll see you in my next video.